recording extension on Google Chrome called Screencastify. One of the reasons I really like Screencastify is that it works seamlessly with Google tools like YouTube, Google Classroom, and it also is a Chrome extension. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to click in the search bar and look up Screencastify, or you can put it in the URL. And I'm going to click to get to their homepage. It's really easy to add this extension to Chrome. I could either go this way and go add to Chrome, or you can go to the Google Chrome web store right here. I can look for a variety of extensions and themes that can be added right to Chrome. I can look for Screencastify, and I can find it and add it to Chrome this way. I'm actually using a different account than a teacher account at the moment, and I will switch back to my teacher account, but I wanted to show how you can do this right from the beginning. And I'm going to click on Add Extension. So it just added that extension, and you can see it up here on my toolbars. Click on it one time. And the very first time that you set up your Screencastify, it's going to want you to sign in with your Google account. You should use your APS credentials. And I'm going to allow this to use my camera and my microphone. So I've allowed camera and microphone as well as drawing and annotating tools. Clicking Allow. Allow microphone and camera. And then one of the things you're really going to want to be sure to click on is saying that you are an educator, because there is an educator discount. Say grade school. Now I'm ready to start using the Screencastify extension. Everything works through the extension up on the toolbar. So when I click on the extension icon, it's going to open up, and I'm going to have to change a few settings each time I record. I can record either one browser tab. I can record the entire desktop where I want to switch between different screens, and I can record just using the webcam camera. Now I will have to set up microphone, and I do have some different options on my computer for a microphone. And over here I can click on the microphone icon, and I can adjust the sound to see if I can make it a little lower, and I can be higher. I don't want it to be in the orange or red area, so I would adjust that a bit before you start recording. I can also embed a webcam every time that I want to record. So I'm going to select the camera. I'm going to use my regular camera. There are a few more options. There is a countdown timer of about 3 seconds before a recording starts. You might want to adjust the time. I can also show drawing tools, which we're going to show in a minute. Once I've set up the main features of recording each time I record, I can go ahead and click on that record button. With Screencastify, it's going to ask me which screen I would like to record. I'm going to select the only screen I have enabled at the moment and click on Share. It's going to do that 5-second countdown. Now I'm using the extension itself for this particular recording to show the different Screencastify tools. On the bottom of the screen, I can see that I'm recording because a banner will pop up saying that I'm sharing my screen. If I click on Stop Sharing, that will stop the recording. I can also hide this banner if I don't want it to show up during my recording. Up on the top right with the icon itself in the extension, I can see that it's recording because of the red dot that's on top of it. On the bottom left are all of the Screencastify tools. I'm able to pause the recording, and I'm able to play right from this space as well. There are some pointer tools that are available. The first one is a focus mouse. It can highlight specific areas of the screen, and the other areas will turn dark. If I don't want that pointer to be present in between clicking, I can make it disappear. I'm going to turn both of those options off really quick and show the highlight clicks option. This means that if I click anywhere on the screen, it's going to have a red highlight button. I have the ability to annotate on top of the screen with the pen tool. There are a variety of different colors. I'm not super great at annotating with a desktop, but if you are trying to point out a specific element or something that is important on the screen, for students, this is still a really great tool to have available. And if I'm not happy with what I did, I can use that eraser tool to erase it. I don't need to have the actual tools present when I'm recording the screen. I can click on this Hide Tools option here, or I can use Option T, and that will enable me to have a shortcut to toggle on or off those drawing tools. Up in the top, when I click on that extension icon again, there are a few more options. I can throw this recording straight into the trash. Another option that I really like about Screencastify, especially if you're making a mistake or you realize you forgot something, is I can click on this restart option right here, and it's going to do that 5-second countdown again, and it will restart it right from the same screen. So I can just continually restart it, and it will get rid of the old video and start a brand new one. I can also pause right from this space. And when it is paused, I know that the icon up here will have a pause symbol, and down here on the toolbar, I can pause and play from here as well. Now, I really like the pause feature because if I want to switch screens or I can move something around, then when I unpause the screen, I can start it right back where I left off. When I go up to the top of the screen and I click on Stop Recording, a new tab is going to open right up, and it's going to take me to the video screen. Now that I've created a video in Screencastify, it's going to open up a new tab where you have some different abilities to share, download, or edit the video. I'm actually using a different video because I'm in my APS account now. I have a few more features here in my APS account, as well as the ability to edit this because I have the higher version of Screencastify. So when you first open this space, you can rename the file. I can rewatch the video. When you first launch the video, it's going to be muted, and so I can mute it and unmute it. I can lift up these scissors here and trim the video. I don't really want to do that at the moment, but in the free version, you are allowed to trim the front and back video. In the free version, you will not have the ability to use the editor. The editor is available in the upgraded version. There is a free upgraded version now in 2020 up until the summer, but it will not be available all the time. Here in the editor, if I am in the editor, it does allow me to cut clips of the video. I can crop the video, just certain areas of the video show up. I can add text, and I can delete different sections. It's not a super comprehensive editor, but it works out pretty good. I can save this to my drive, or I can download it right into my computer. Now, there are some ways to share this video. The first way is you can get the link to a Google Drive file. Since the Screencastify is a Chrome extension, it does work rather seamlessly with Google tools. So I am able to share the Google Drive file. I'm able to share it right to Google Classroom, and I'm able to publish it automatically to YouTube. So Google Drive, as long as I'm signed into my account and the drive that I want to use, it will create a brand new folder in Google Drive, and the videos will automatically save there. Since it is tied automatically through the Chrome extension, I can actually copy and get a shareable link right here. There are a few more options. I can actually go right here into the Drive folder. Now, there are some ways to share this outside of Google Drive, and it's really neat the different tools that this can work with. Screencastify is updating often, and there are a lot of different programs that they are working with to try and pair up getting these videos into those apps seamlessly. To get those apps added onto this share screen, click on More Options, and then go to Add More Share Options. When you go there, you can toggle on any of the latest apps that you can smash together with Screencastify. Looks like Waitlick and Remind are now available. Once I've turned those on, if I go back to that video screen, I'm going to see that Remind and Wakelet are going to be right there in the share space. I can share this to Google Classroom as well. So if I click on Share to Google Classroom, it's going to open up a brand new window, and I can choose which class I want to share this to. and then I can choose what action I would like to do with it. Would I like to ask a question, create an assignment, or add it to my stream? I'm going to create an assignment, and it's going to open up that assignment build space. I can add instructions and then add all of the different information about the due date and the topic, and then assign it straight to Google Classroom. It's going to say that my assignment has posted. Now I can also publish this right to YouTube. Everyone has a YouTube account who has an APS account. So if you sign into YouTube with your APS credentials, you will be able to have a YouTube account. When I click on Publish to YouTube, the first time that I do this, I'm actually able to choose if I want to make this private, public, or unlisted, and then it will say Upload to YouTube. And then it's going to pop this window open where I can view the video on YouTube and I can copy the link automatically. So if I use that link on a URL, it's going to open that video right on YouTube. If I want to edit this video using different software, I do have some different ways I can download it. I can download it straight into my downloads, or I can export the file as an MP4. I can export audio only. And one of the things I really like to use Screencastify for as well is to export an animated GIF where I can add that repeated showing of how to do something either on a Google slide or on my Google site. Now let's look at some of the features and options that are available in Screencastify. When I click on the extension icon again, I have the ability to go to the options menu. One of the options is the icon that has the play button on it, and that is My Recordings. This is where all of the recordings of every single screencast are going to be housed. They will also have a version that will be saved in your Google Drive. I have a lot of different videos that are available. From this space, I'm able to delete them all or open every single one of them up in that Drive folder. So I can go to this hamburger icon in the top left, and I can go to all of these different options. I can also get to this menu by going to that extension icon again and following the same symbol. So here is where we're going to look at options first. There are a few options that you can toggle on and off for Screencastify. I do recommend saving everything to your Google Drive since we do have an APS Google Drive account that is unlimited. Here are some notifications that I can turn on while I am recording. I can change the recording setting here, pausing recordings, or opening the video page right after recording. I can also do some advanced options here where I can optimize the mic audio. I can enable single application recording, and I can do hardware encoding. I can change the file size. Since I tend to make these for screencasts being pushed out to YouTube videos, I keep that the highest quality. You can do medium or lowest quality. The one option I would like to go back and look at is the keyboard shortcuts. The keyboard shortcuts are really great for when you're trying to create a video and you don't want to have to find that turn off the recording from the icon itself. So I have configured some recording shortcuts. The two that I really use often are the pause and resume recording. I can hit Control D and I can pause in between all of the different recordings, fill in something and then unpause it. I also can start and stop my recordings using Command S, so I don't have to click on any of the icons or buttons to enable that. You can change the different types of shortcuts just by clicking on them and saving them. I'm going to go back to that icon, and there are a few other things. They do have a lot of classroom resources that are available. The classroom resources are a great place to look at different ways to continue to use Screencastify. If you would like to master the screencast, that is a great person to follow, Matt Miller from Ditch That Textbook, as well as Eric Kurtz and Vicki Davis and Matt Miller have some ideas on using Screencastify in the classroom. Alice Keeler talks about taking Screencastify to the next level, and Alice Keeler, Matt Miller, and Casey Bell have 25 ways to use Screencastify with Google. Screencastify is available. The free version is really great. They are offering a deal right now. If I go to my subscription, there is a free version and there is an unlimited version. The unlimited version, they say it's for $50 per year. Right now, the free version is really great. The paid version really just ups the recording length and the number of videos you can have. However, if you have signed in with a teacher account, if you click on this icon right here to toggle, it will actually drop it down to $29 for the entire year to have unlimited. In my opinion, it's really worth it, but they do have a deal right now to get a COVID extension of unlimited for free until July. I'm going to go down to get started. I'm going to show you the code for getting Screencastify Unlimited at this time. Under the next billings, I'm going to click on Redeem Coupon, and I'm going to type in cast_COVID. So that's cast_COVID, capitals. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to then activate license. And now I have the higher version of Screencastify. That was an overall explanation of how to use Screencastify. If you'd like to stop now, that was all the information about how to use the tool. The rest of this video is going to be about tips and tricks and ways that you can use Screencastify in your classroom. Screencastify can be used in Google Classroom to provide feedback using video. I'm going to select this student's paper and I'm going to provide some feedback using Screencastify. Hi, Elle. I really love your biography project. You have a lot of great details. I love all the information that you've included. There's one thing I think you need to improve on, and that's down here on the bottom of the paper. You forgot it to cite your source. So I would go back here in this section and go use the Explore tool down here on the bottom. Search up those facts and information. And don't forget, when you use the Explore tool, if you hover over the article, there will be citation marks right here in the top corner. You can click on that and it will cite right in your paper. When I'm done providing feedback, I can go up to the extension or have a shortcut key and stop the recording. I'm going to be taken immediately to a brand new tab that has my video. I can label my video with the student's name. If I want to add a shareable link, I'm going to have to change this one time in my drive. So here's that Screencastify folder. I'm going to right click on that folder and I'm going to select share. I'm going to make sure that all of these files are viewable by anyone in Albuquerque Public Schools. Once I've selected that, I can go back to the video itself, copy that shareable link from now on. I only had to change it one time. And then I can go back to my student's work and I can add the comment in two places. I can either add a comment here in private comments, or I can go here onto the side and click on that comment button. And I can add that link right here in comments as well. Now, as a student in Google Classroom, when I open my assignment, I can see a link right here to that video feedback. Hi, Elle. I really love your biography project. And inside the report itself, the student can also get to the link this way. Screencastify can also be used as a way to provide instruction for students who didn't attend a particular lesson, or to even provide feedback in a Google form. So I have a Google form here and it has been set up through settings as a quiz. And when you have enabled that option, you have the ability in the answer key to add answer feedback. For an incorrect answer, I want to get students to go back to a YouTube video reviewing the lesson. So I'm going to go back to the lesson on a Prezi, and I'm going to click Screencastify, and I'm going to record the screen while I review the lesson. So I'm going to select the record button. Now I'm going to record myself going over part of the lesson. Here was our lesson from traditional literature. What is traditional literature? Well, traditional literature includes rhymes and stories that were originally told out loud in huts, tents, or around fires and passed down through the years. They're so old, there are often no records of who created the stories. The author's usually unknown. So we understand that and get the gist of it. I'm going to take that recording and stop the recording. The Screencastify video has opened in a new tab. I'm going to name this. And then I'm going to go over to Publish to YouTube. I'm going to make this link unlisted, and I'm going to upload this video. Once the video is done uploading, I can immediately get a link, and I can take this link back to that form. And when students get the incorrect answer, I'll ask them to review the lesson. I'm going to insert that YouTube video and click Save. And it's going to be right in the Google form So when students take it and if they get it incorrect, they can go right here to review the lesson that was done in class. Screencastify can also be used as a great communication tool for parents, either to go over newsletters or to go over project information. I'm going to record myself with Screencastify going over information for parents about a project. I'm going to click on the Screencastify icon and record. Good afternoon, parents. I just wanted to review the biography project that's going to be coming up that is due in November. Students will be required to write up a report and will need to go over creating a biography project. At home, we want you guys to get creative and go ahead and build their model of the person out of a bottle. The person should be easily recognizable in the bottle. Students can get as creative as they would like to try and make the person recognizable. They can also include small little icons that are representative of the person, like a kite for Benjamin Franklin or a crown for Queen Elizabeth. Remember that this PDF has been emailed to you. It has been sent home with your child in their backpack. And remember that on our classroom website, all updates are always included on the updates page for September 8th. And if you go to our social studies tab, you can see the bottle biography projects that were completed in the past. When I'm done recording, I'm going to go up to stop the recording. Now I'm able to publish that link to YouTube, and I can copy that link right away and send it to parents either in Class Dojo, through an email, or any other way that you can send a link to parents. Screencastify can be a great way to provide instructions or to go over some examples in class. Be creative and have fun with it. Students will be more engaged that way. This is where having the webcam on can be kind of fun. Here is your Freyer model on your Google slide deck. My friend here is going to explain how we're going to go over all of those different tools. On the bottom, we're going to go over non-examples of what he isn't. He is not a snake and you're not an alligator or a fish, are you, buddy? No. You can also add your pets at home. Hey, this is a lesson on character traits. What do you think character traits are? Character traits are words that describe someone's personality. What makes them up on the inside? Let's meet Alex. I'm going to be using Screencastify to record a video that I'm going to put right into the slide deck that explains how to use the slide deck. Hi students, remember that if you click on one of the boxes twice, you're going to be able to type your answer into that box. Everything that is made in this slide is made with text boxes. If you accidentally delete an entire text box, you can go up to the toolbar, select text box, and just outline the box that you accidentally deleted. So now that I've created this video for my students, I can add this video two different ways to my slide deck. I can either publish this to YouTube and get that link, or I can go to my drive. So if I go back to the slide deck and go to Insert, Video, I can either search for that link on YouTube or in my Google Drive, I can pull up that video and it will embed it right into the slide presentation for students to follow the directions. Screencastify can be used to read out loud math problems for students who need accommodations. You can read them out loud on a video and students can either watch them on a device in the classroom or you can send this to them sort of as a flipped classroom model. What's great about creating this in a video style is that students can pause, rewind, or stop whenever they want to hear the video again. Use Screencastify to differentiate instructions or even provide different bilingual instructions. For this task, watch this video and then write the answer to these three questions. Tell me what you learned. I can recreate this video again saying, para esta tarea, mira el video y escribe las respuestas a las tres preguntas. Cuéntame lo que aprendiste. And now I can have two separate videos that I can send to different groups of students. Screencastify can also be used just with the webcam. You can use this feature to talk about instructions for how to do centers, the materials and keep them safe and put them back, how games are played, and then leave this video on each center either on an iPad or on a link on a website, and students won't have to come and ask you for how to complete that particular activity. There are so many ways for students to use Screencastify as well as for teachers. Screencastify is coming out with a brand new feature that's going to be called Submit. Submit is a way for teachers to create a brand new assignment. This allows students to respond with a video without having to get the Screencastify app. So I'm going to create a lesson. I'm going to add the title and instructions, click Next, and there's two different ways that students can record a video. They can either use webcam and a microphone or use the screen and a microphone. Since I want this to be about a book, I'm going to choose webcam and microphone. I'm going to turn notifications off, but I am going to allow students to see each other's responses. Screencastify has now created a link that I can send to students for them to respond back. Since I have a Google Classroom, I'm going to share this through Google Classroom. I've created this as an assignment. It's going to pull that up right into the Google Classroom screen, and I'm going to assign this. Now, as a student, I can click on the report, view my assignment, and I will have that link right here. The first time, it's going to ask me to turn on my mic and webcam, and I'm going to allow that. And then I'm going to be able to record. I can now review this video and push play and then submit it to my teacher. Once this video is submitted, I can have the option to download or share it to Google Classroom. If I go to Google Classroom, I can mark it as done. And now as a teacher, in my drive, I'm going to see a folder that says Screencastify Submit. It's going to make a brand new folder named after that assignment. When I click on that folder, I will be able to have access to all of the students' submitted videos. One way that students can use Screencastify is as a book club. They can discuss books and any type of reading material that they have. Use this for fluency. So if you have a page of fluency you want students to read out loud to you and they can read it, and you can look at the time at the end of the video and it can be turned right into your drive. Students can annotate right over their own presentations that they've created in Google Slides, and they can give that presentation. Other students can listen to that presentation and give feedback on it. Another great creative way that students can use Screencastify is if you mute out the sound on a YouTube video while it's playing in the background, students will be able to narrate or talk about that video based on what they have learned in class. This here is the Rio Grande River. The Rio Grande River is found in New Mexico. So lots of great opportunities for students to use Screencastify. That is just a handful of some ways that you can use Screencastify in your classroom. Remember, if you go to screencastify.com and go to the school tab and go to resources, there will be a lot more wonderful ideas. So thanks for joining me today to learn about Screencastify.